it's a big one, this, isn't it? Because I think when you filmed it, you didn't realise it was Guy Ritchie.
I had no idea at all. I must admit I have a very poor face for celebrities.
Right, so you didn't think, oh, that's a famous film star, but you probably would have still reported it, would you?
Yeah, it would have been no different to me. It's about the behaviour, not the person. I don't hate any drivers. You know, I'm after the behaviours. I want to change the behaviours.
Coming in behind a driver who's stationary over their right shoulder and filming them while they text, why do you think that's okay?
That's a very fair question. Basically, I think I agree very much with what Ed and Tessa said, and that enforcement is the key. And sadly, traffic policing particularly has seen terrible cuts in the UK. So if you go along any line of traffic in the city, you'll find a large percentage of those drivers texting. And my experience is that the drivers who are using their phones while stationary are also using it while moving.
My worry is...
once they get going... Yeah, go, Tessa.
My fear is, although you are Batman and you've got all your YouTube viewers, and I'm wondering if you monetize your activities, which makes me
No, I don't think he does, actually.
Do you make any money from this?
Not in a big way.
A little money. It's not massive money, not at all. And that's a fair point. But bear in mind, there are tens of thousands of us. And for most cyclists, the motivation is simply that drivers some drivers, I should say, can behave very badly to cyclists. Yeah. My dad was killed by a drink driver many years ago, so that's my main motivation. And yes, it's true, there's some money coming in, but I couldn't make a living off it.
Okay, but what about the relationship, Mike? What about the tension between the motor car and the cyclist?
Well, I should point out, my family is Dutch. My ancestor, you might be familiar with, was an admiral of the Dutch Navy called Michiel de Ruyter, who handed the English their greatest naval defeat. Sorry, I couldn't help that little tease. But yes, in the Netherlands has been voted by Waze as one of the nicest countries to drive in. You know, we don't do without cars. There's no real tension in the way you're describing between drivers and cyclists. I think this is a thing mostly made up by driving culture in the UK. And additionally, I'd actually like to defend Guy Ritchie here, because I thought he was very well-mannered and polite, which is unusually good, simply because many drivers you confront will get very sweary and angry. Yeah.